Alex Hormozi just dropped a great content strategy video I really enjoyed watching, and after building 2 fight leagues from scratch, working with dozens of fighters and watching who blows up versus who stays invisible, I realized something. Everything he said is true, but nobody's translating it for the fight world. Most fighters, gym owners, and promotions are posting the same repetitive content. Training clips, come watch me fight posts, generic hype videos that get 47 views. Meanwhile, guys with worse records are getting sponsorships, better fights, and building actual businesses. Why? Because they understand something about content that some don't. In the next 12 minutes, I'm breaking down Hormozi's framework, but specifically for fighters, gyms, brands, and promotions. And by the end, you'll understand the 5 pillars of content that actually work in the fight world, why most people only use 2 of them, and exactly what to post starting this week. I'm Adam S. Kovacs. I co-created Karate Combat and Dirty Boxing, and I've watched this game long enough to know your content strategy will determine your career more than your next fight. Let's get into it. Here's what I see every single day. A fighter posts a training video, hitting pads, maybe some sparring footage. Caption, "Getting ready for fight night," gets 200 views. Half of those are their mom and their training partners, and then they wonder why promoters are not calling, why sponsors are not interested, and why better opportunities go to fighters with worse records. I used to think this was just part of the game. You fight, you win, and you move on. But then I started building promotions, and I realized something that changed everything. The fighters who got the most opportunities weren't always the best fighters. They were the best at content. If you think about MMA fighters, Sean O'Malley, Merab, Connor, the guys who understand that fighting is only half the job and content is the other half. But here's where it gets interesting. Most fighters think content means post more, post training, post workouts, post fight promos. That's not strategy. That's content spam. And when Alex Hormozi dropped this video about creating content and how he would create content in 2025, I immediately saw how perfectly it applies to the fight world, but nobody's making that connection. Let me connect those dots for you right now. Whether you're a fighter trying to get booked, a gym trying to fill classes, a brand trying to sell products, or a promotion trying to sell tickets, the same 5 pillars apply, and I'm going to show you exactly what they are. Hormozi talks about creating content that builds your brand without feeling salesy or running out of ideas. The fight world has the same problem. But here's the twist. Most fighters are only using 2 out of 5 content pillars. And those 2 pillars, they are the least effective ones for building a real following. Here are 5 pillars every fighter, gym, brand, and promotion needs to understand. Pillar 1, status. Pillar 2, power. Pillar 3, credibility. Pillar 4, likability. And pillar 5, relatability. Now, before you think this is some marketing theory, let me show you exactly how this plays out in the real world. Because right now, 90% of fighters only post status and power content. Look at me training, look at me winning, look how tough I am. And you know what happens? People do respect you, but they don't follow you. Promoters recognize your skill, but they don't book you over someone with half your ability but 10 times your following. Sponsors see your record, but they give the deal to the guy who can actually sell their product. Let me break down each pillar and show you exactly what to post for each one. Let's start with what most people are already doing. Status. Status content is content that makes you look important, elite, part of an exclusive club. This is training with champions, being at high-level events, getting invited to big gyms, being in the room with legends. This matters. Don't get me wrong. If you're training at American top team with former champs, that's status. If you're cornering a UFC fighter, that's status. If you're at the big press conference, that's status too. But here's the problem. If you are an up-and-coming fighter, you don't have access to those moments yet. And even if you do, posting only status makes you look unapproachable. Power. Power content is content that shows dominance. This is highlight reels of knockouts, call-outs, and trash talk. showing confidence, demonstrating skill that intimidates. And again, this matters. Power content gets attention. But here's what I learned building Dirty Boxing. When we first started posting content, we focused heavily on knockouts, violence, blood. And you know what happened? People watched, but they didn't yet follow. They didn't buy the tickets yet. They didn't become fans immediately of specific fighters, because power without personality is just violence. And violence gets a view, but it doesn't translate to loyalty. And this is where most fighters stop. Status and power. They think, I'll show I'm elite and I'll show I'm tough. That should be enough. But it's not. Because the 3 pillars they're missing, those are the ones that actually build following, sell tickets, and create opportunities. Credibility content is content that proves you're the real deal. Not just tough, not just connected, but legitimately skilled and knowledgeable. This is technique breakdowns, coaching moments, explaining strategy, showing the craft behind the fight. Here's why this matters more than you think. When you post credibility content, you're not just showing you can fight. You're showing you understand fighting at a level most people don't. And this does something critical. It builds respect with other fighters, coaches, promoters, and hardcore fans. Let me give you an example. Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, one of the greatest fighters of all time. But his YouTube channel didn't blow up because of highlight reels. It blew up because he streams himself gaming and breaks down fights while he plays. He's giving credibility content in a casual format. He's teaching while entertaining. That's the secret. Credibility content positions you as someone worth learning from, not just someone worth watching get punched. For promotions, this looks different. When we launched Karate Combat, we didn't just post fights. We posted the rules, we explained why full contact karate in a pit creates different strategies than MMA in a cage. We gave people credibility content that made them understand the product better. And suddenly, we weren't just another fight league. We were the experts in the new format. Same thing applied to gyms. If you're a gym owner just posting, great training session today, you're missing it. Post a 60-second technique breakdown. Show a student fixing a common mistake. Explain why your training method works differently than other gyms. That's credibility content. And it separates you from every other gym posting the same generic stuff. But here's the thing about credibility. It gets respect, but it doesn't get love. And that's where the next 2 pillars come in. This is the pillar that changes everything. Likability content is content that shows your personality. Not your skills, not your toughness, and not your knowledge, but your humor, your quirks, your life outside the gym. This is behind the scenes moments showing your family, your hobbies outside fighting, your sense of humor, your vulnerabilities. And this is where most fighters completely drop the ball, because they think people don't care about my life, they care about my fights. Wrong. People do follow fighters, not fighting. Let me tell you a story. When we were building Dirty Boxing, we had this realization early. We could post knockout highlights all day, and we did, but the content that did really well and went viral, the content that built actual followings, it was Mike Perry being himself. Not training, not fighting, just being the chaotic, unfiltered personality that he is. Sean O'Malley figured this out years ago. He posts his life, his gaming, his relationship, his weird take on everything. And you know what happened? He became one of the biggest draws in the UFC. Not just because he had the best record, but because people liked him. They wanted to see what he'd say next, what he'd do next. Conor McGregor mastered this before anyone else in MMA, and he blew up. The suits, the whiskey, the trash talk, the lifestyle content, that's likability content, and it's what made him the biggest star in the sport. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not Sean O'Malley, I'm not Conor McGregor, I'm not naturally entertaining. And that's the beauty of likability content. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You just have to be real. Michael Bisping built an entire post-fighting career on being the guy who tells it like it is. No filter, no corporate speak, just real. Merab Dvalishvili posts the most wholesome content in MMA, training with a smile, celebrating his teammates, being genuinely happy. People love to see someone else smile. That's his version of likability. And it works. For gym owners, this is even easier. Stop posting just training footage. Post your community. Show the birthday celebration you had for a member. Show the kid who finally got their first submission. Show the team dinner after a competition. People don't just join gyms for technique. They join for community. Show them that community. For promotions, likability content is what happens behind the curtain. When I help fight leagues, we don't wait until we have fights to start posting content. We post the journey, the setbacks, the build process. People follow the story before they ever see a fight. That's likability content for a brand. But there's one more pillar, and this is the one almost nobody uses. Relatability content is content that makes people see themselves in you. Not your victories, but your struggles. Not your highlight reel, but your grind. Not where you are, but where you started. And this is showing the journey, not just the destination. Talking about the doubts and fears, sharing failures and lessons, and being human about the hard parts. This is the most underused pillar in the entire fight world. Everybody wants to be tough, nobody wants to see weak, but this works. And it's the most powerful one. Let me explain why. Status makes people admire you. Power makes people respect you. Credibility makes people trust you. Likability makes people follow you. Relatability makes people root for you. And when people are rooting for you, they buy tickets. They are super fans. They share your content and they tell their friends. Here's an example. There's a fighter I know who's extremely talented, high-level grappler, clean striking, should be getting big opportunities, but his content is all status and power. Training at this elite gym, check out this finish, blah, blah, blah. His following stays flat. Then there's another fighter with a worse record, but he posts about the struggle, the days he wants to quit, the times he couldn't afford training camps, the sacrifices his family made, and people rally around him because they see themselves in that struggle. Most people will never be elite fighters. They'll never train at ATT. They'll never headline a big show, but they've all struggled. They've all wanted to quit something hard. They've all wondered if they are good enough. When you show that side, you connect on a human level. And for promotions, this looks like showing the hard parts of building something. When we build promotions, we don't just show the finished product. We show the late night strategy sessions, the deals that fell through, the moments we thought it wouldn't work. And the people who followed that journey became the most loyal fans. We did this with Dirty Boxing. We posted about building it before we had anything to show. We basically built in public. And the audience was there on day one because they felt like they built it with us. That's relatability content. And for gyms, it's showing new members struggling with their first class and then improving over time. It's showing the person who thought they'd never get in a shape actually get in shape. That's content that makes people think if they can do it, maybe I can do it. And that's what drives action. So here's how this actually works in practice. Most fighters post 80% status and power, maybe 20% credibility, and they wonder why their following stays small. But here's the formula that actually works. 20% status, show you're an elite when you actually are. 10% power, show dominance. 20% credibility, teach and break down your craft. And 30% likability, show your personality and life. And 20% relatability, show the struggle and journey. Notice something? The least important pillars are the ones fighters post most. And the most important pillars, likability and relatability, are the ones they skip completely. This doesn't mean stop posting training videos. It means diversify. If you post 5 times a week, one post about training or competition, one post teaching something, 2 posts showing your personality or life, and 1 post about your journey or struggles. For promotions, it's the same structure. Show the fights, but also show the behind the scenes process. Show the personalities, show the struggle of building something. For gyms, show the techniques, but also show the community. Show the transformations, show the human stories. That's how you build an audience that actually cares. Because here's what I've learned after years in this business. People don't follow perfect. They follow real. They don't buy tickets to see flawless technique. They buy tickets to see people they care about. And you make them care through your content. Look, I know what some of you are thinking right now. I'm a fighter, I don't have time for this, I need to focus on training. And I get it. I was a fighter for 16 years, and even today, it's hard. But here's the reality. Your skills will only take you so far if nobody knows who you are. I've seen world-class fighters stuck in regional promotions because they couldn't market themselves. And I've seen average fighters get massive opportunities because they understand content. It's not fair, but it's reality. And the good news, you don't need to post 10 times a day. You don't need to hire a social media team. You just need to be intentional about the 5 pillars. 1 post per day, 60 seconds, shoot on your phone, but make sure it hits one of those 5 pillars. Over time, you'll build something real. So here's what I want you to do. I've put together a free Fight World content strategy that breaks down exactly what to post for each of the 5 pillars with examples, templates, and 30-day content calendar. It's designed for fighters, gyms, brands, and promotions. Link is in the description and it's completely free. Grab it, implement it, and watch what happens to your following in the next 30 days. And if you want more breakdowns like this, how the fight business actually works, what's changing in combat sports, and strategies that 99% of people are missing, subscribe to this channel. I'm breaking down the fight game every single week. And I'll promise you'll see things you've never noticed before. Alex Hormozi was right about content strategy, but now you know how to apply it to the fight world. Go create something that matters. I see you in the next one.